If you're new to our channel, I'm Ashley and this is Colin. We work 9 to 5 jobs and travel every chance we get. In 2020, we bought an old van and converted it to continue traveling around the US when the world shut down. At the start of 2021, we decided we wanted to explore more of the sea, so we started a business and converted as many vans as we could until finally being able to afford our first boat. Come along with us as we start this new journey.
While Ashley is inside working, I have a project up front. I am going to be getting our windlass working. It works intermittently. There's got to be a loose wire somewhere. Yeah, it's not working right now. So it is turned on down below. So the control box is inside of here. So I'm gonna dig into it and see what I can't find out. I'm up front here in the soon-to-be garage. So here's the control panel for the, the relays for the windlass. And then the wonderful wiring from the previous owner. This is apparently for the nav lights up front. That's another project. But these are the windlass controls. And they go back in there. So I'm going to be taking a look at all this and seeing what has power, what doesn't. Some of these are loose, like that one, pretty loose. So tightening stuff up I can and going from there. After a quick little discovery, it looks like it just looks like the buttons up front are no good because I can control the windlass back here, which is what I wanted to do. I'm actually hooking up a handheld remote. I don't like the buttons on the ground because if you're walking by them, people can step on them and then accidentally have the anchor go up and down. So I'm going to hook up my remote control for now, disconnect these buttons, these floor buttons, and see how well it works. She is all soldered and heat shrunk now. Gotta get this one just a little bit more. And I'm gonna mount the controller right here so it's easily accessible. Inside, actually, yeah, I'm gonna mount it right there. You ready?
So it goes both ways?
Yep.
What was wrong with it?
The buttons don't work on the deck.
That was the only thing wrong with it?
Yeah.
So you mean stomping on it harder isn't gonna make it happen?
Yeah. Thank you.
It's an inside joke because the previous owners were slamming on these buttons to get them to work.
Yeah.
And me and Colin were cringing inside.
Stomping with his full weight trying to get them to work. And of course they would jiggle whatever's loose inside for a split second, but it was go.
And of course at the time we didn't own the boat, so we couldn't say anything, but we were tearing up inside about them stomping on it.
The deck flexes a little bit from them stomping his feet on it.
So that was an easy project, huh? So now that Colin has figured out the windlass, we're moving on to our next little project. It's not a little project, but it's not labor-y of a project. Measuring for our mainsail.
Yes, when you see in a minute, it needs a new mainsail really bad. So we're taking a bunch of measurements to send off to the sailmaker to have them make us a custom mainsail.
So if I'm understanding this right, we need to take the measurement from the boom to the anchor point and from the mast to the anchor point here. So these two. And to do that, we have to put the sail up, which on the hard is kind of scary because if a big puff of wind comes, we and the boat are done for.
All the guys in town follow you. All the guys in town follow you. All the guys in town follow you all
You can kind of tell where all the patches are.
Kind of tell, you can really tell.
So we're gonna hurry up and do this so we don't have to leave this up too long.
Yeah. And we're done taking the sail measurements.
Yay, we did it before dark.
Yeah, so we're gonna put them all into the spreadsheet and send them off to the sail banker.
Yep.
Hopefully he doesn't have hopefully he doesn't have too many questions for us.
We took pictures though to back up our answers. So.
Yeah, so we got pictures of a lot of the stuff too. Ashley is working upstairs on a project. I'm gonna be working on the anchor here. One thing I'm gonna be doing is we have 150 feet of chain, but right now it is not marked at all. So I'm going to be using the spray paint, this spray paint, and essentially marking every 10 feet of chain so we know how much we're putting out when it comes time to anchor. It's a pretty simple process. We'll see how long the spray paint lasts. There's other methods of doing it out there, but I think this should be fine for a couple of years. I want to eventually get some more chain. At that point in time, we'll probably redo our system for marking how much chain we have out. But we'll see how long the spray paint lasts. Don't know if you caught that, but the original plan was going to be doing one mark for 10 feet, two marks for 20 feet, but I kind of forgot that each length is 10 feet. So the 20 mark, basically it's every 20 feet is marked with a blue, red, blue, so I can count it when it's coming out. And then the final part is this last bit. This is our very last bit of chain. I'm gonna mark a big section of red, just a solid red, so I know that when it's coming out that we're nearing the end of the chain itself. And that's it. So that's our big section of red saying that, hey, you're out of chain. The next thing to do, which was actually recommended to us by a staff member at Defender Marine when we were there, is that right now the end of the anchor is directly connected to the boat with a shackle. I'm gonna go ahead and remove that shackle if I can. I may have to cut it off, and connect it with a piece of rope. So therefore, if we need to leave somewhere quick or something's happening, we can just cut the rope. We'll lose the anchor and chain, but it's better than being dragged onto rocks or hit by a boat or something like that. So what I was referencing earlier, the end of the chain is directly connected with this shackle. It looks like it's just looped, but I kind of highly doubt it's going to be able to go through there. So I'm going to try to get this off this shackle off. Hopefully I can. And then just tie it with a piece of line at the very end. This is the road we have. It looks just like dock line to me. There might be some. We'll see what's down there. So just what I thought. It's very hard to get off. So if you were in a emergency situation, you probably... Okay, so that does come off. That comes off. So I'm going to use this piece of line. Actually going to go one better and just make a loop and loop it around this cleat. So I don't necessarily need a knife, but it's still connected to the boat. The anchor job essentially is complete. Also found that there's a lot of other chain down there, so I might not actually have to buy some, which is nice. So when we're up here next, I will see how much chain that is and see if we can't get a welder to come and attach that piece to the existing chain that we have. I'm gonna let that paint dry. Once it's dry, I'm gonna put all the chain away and on to the next project. But it's fun. These projects are fun.